Court does call the case, People versus Darius Harris.
Bridget Coons on behalf of Mr. Harris. State your name for the record.
Darius Harris.
This is not just another sentencing hearing. This is a case where words sparked consequences and a split-second reaction turned into criminal charges. Today, we're watching People versus Darius Harris, a young professional who admits he let a racial slur get under his skin, and now he's standing before a judge who's been on the bench for nearly 25 years. Will this end in jail time? Will the judge make an example out of him? Or will this become something much bigger, a conversation about accountability, dignity, and self-control? Stay with us, because what happens in this courtroom isn't just about punishment. It's about principle.
Your Honor, this time and date set up for sentencing. I have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation with the client. We have no material changes, additions, or omissions. At this time, we would ask the court to adopt the recommendation.
Sir, is there anything you'd like to tell me before I do impose sentence?
Yes, sir. I just want to say to the court, prosecutor, I appreciate taking your time out. When I first came up here, I don't know if you remember, I told you I wasn't trying, I was guilty. Not a bad person or a bad guy. Everybody got a pass, but I just think a racial slur directed to me got under my skin and got the best of me. Apologize about wasting your time, because that's something I could have handled better, but it just got under my skin. I truly apologize.
I think I told you I didn't think of you necessarily as a bad person.
I just at the moment I work so hard coming from my family tree, my grandfather, things of that nature. Still no excuse. Supposed to have to conduct yourself in a certain way in public. I work hard not to be called that. I work hard not to be looked upon that. I'm a very smart young man. I'm a CNC programmer and CNC operator. And when I was called that, it just kind of got under my skin. But that's not the way you handle stuff, and I understand that. I know that. Just not the way you handle it.
You knew that before it happened.
Let's pause here, because this is a pivotal moment. Harris isn't denying what happened. He's not blaming the court. He's acknowledging that a racial slur triggered him and that he reacted poorly. Legally speaking, this matters. Judges often weigh remorse heavily at sentencing. Taking responsibility can influence whether someone receives jail time, probation, or a deferred sentence. But here's the deeper layer: emotional provocation. While offensive language may explain behavior, it does not legally justify assault. The law expects restraint even when emotions are high. And Harris admits he knew better before it happened. That self-awareness, it could either help him or highlight that he consciously chose to react. What do you think? Should extreme verbal provocation carry more weight in sentencing? Or does accountability have to stay absolute no matter what was said?
And I just let it get under my skin.
And I'll just say this to you. You know, when I took this position probably almost a quarter century ago, God, that sounds weird. Emily was here with me. She was 5. But you just, one of the things I learned real quick, and I knew it because of how I was raised, people are going to call you all kinds of things, right? And so I just developed this saying in my mind: you can call me whatever you want as long as you call it with respect, right? I don't let those words and those things get under my skin. And the reason is because whoever is saying that to me doesn't know me. And the only way, right? And you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And since you don't know me, you can't really say that about me. And the only way I let that get under my skin is if at any given moment I begin to think that about myself, and I will never, ever think that about myself.
Yes, sir.
So I'm telling you, young man, don't ever let that get under your skin, because that's not you.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
You weren't raised that way. And I dare say this, because I know it. Your ancestry does not dictate that that's you.
Yes, sir.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
And I know your people told you that too. So all I'm doing is repeating everything they told you. Right?
Yes, sir.
And I'm just sharing with you what my mama taught me. And she was the smartest woman in the world, ever, always was, and there always will be. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Because you don't need to be here. Right?
Right.
No, I know. But you don't need to be here. Not for something like this. We're better people than that.
Yes, sir.
It's really simple. Sense of the court. I'm changing this a little bit. Sense of the court. I'm going to place you on 6 months prosecutor deferred sentence. I'm going to order $555 fines and court costs. I'm waiving all of those costs except 125 of those costs. Probation oversight fees would then be reduced because of the probationary period to $180. When do you think you can get all that paid, young man?
I was trying to pay it today. My check the direct deposit first thing in the morning. I get paid. Yes,
Get it paid by this Friday, the 1st.
sir.
There should be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. Should be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete an anger management class. You're to do that within 60 days. You're not to have any contact, no assault or threatening or intimidating behavior. You're not to possess any weapon, firearm, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. You're to report to probation as directed by probation, including any home visits. You're to maintain employment with verification to probation. I'll set a review hearing that's to be held February 12th, 2000. Well, actually, that's going to change the day. Miss Clara.
Oh, 6 months. Sorry, Your Honor.
It's okay. The review date will be August 14th, 2024, 9 a.m. I'll order 93 days in.
Now this is significant. The judge imposes a 6-month deferred sentence, meaning if Harris complies with probation terms, pays the reduced fines, completes anger management, avoids substances, and stays out of trouble, he likely avoids serving jail time, that suspended 93-day jail sentence. It's hanging over his head like a warning sign, financially. The court reduced the total fines dramatically, waiving most costs except $125 plus probation fees. That signals something important. The judge believes this was a lapse in judgment, not a pattern of criminal behavior, and then that line, act like the prince that you are. That's not typical courtroom language. That's mentorship. That's a judge choosing rehabilitation over retribution. But here's the real question. Does this sentence strike the right balance? Is anger management and probation enough accountability? Or should physical reactions, regardless of provocation, always carry harsher consequences?
Jail that is suspended. Out there, just act like the prince that you are, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Work on getting that. You'll have that right here before you leave the court, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, I have a request. Is it possible to have a mutual no contact order? Because my client and his wife is outside, by the way. He's so scared that to the point that he wants to move out and go to a different city.
Okay, but here's the thing. I don't have
threatened
any,
every day
sir,
by these people.
sir, I do not have any authority over complaining witnesses in a case. I can't give a mutual restraining order. I don't have the power to do that. I have no authority over the complainants in this case. I mean, obviously, if there's some harassment going on or some other issues, I think you call law enforcement. But you're the individual charged with in this case. These are just allegations. You have a right to trial. You have a right to be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. All of those things apply. I'm sure your attorney has discussed those rights with you. We will make sure that this case moves through the system. I mean, it's in everybody's best interest while cases like this are pending, because the situations are always volatile. It's an assaultive allegation, that everybody stay away from everybody. Okay, but I don't have authority over complainants in the case. I only have jurisdiction over Mr. Martinez. Counsel, if you just want to have a seat real quick, we'll have the court officer make you a copy of this order for discovery so that you can get discovery as soon as possible. And we will see everyone back in about 30 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
1 second. It's just a second, and if you could just make him a copy of that top page, officer. All right. And then when the parties leave, if the complaining witnesses on this case, if you want to excuse yourself now and go out and you can get in your cars and leave, and then we'll just have Mr. Martinez wait a minute or two, and that way there are no issues in the lot, okay? All right. Yes.
Say something. He walks in front of my house all the time with the dog. And there's no reason for him to do that. He could go either way, but does it to promote me and say something.
All right, you two have got to be living in the same neighborhood.
We're across the street.
Listen.
He just gave me the finger when we were out there, when I was sitting down.
Listen, I want you to talk to the prosecutor.
Okay.
Listen,
I will.
this is unfortunate because you guys have to live near each other, right? And I don't know if you're homeowners or what. Listen to me, ma'am. Listen, first you have to say your name for the record.
My name's Irma Erdin.
Okay, listen. If he lives right across the street, he's got to exit and enter his house, right? Don't go listen, Mr. Martinez, everyone do your best to stay away from the other side. Don't flip each other off. Don't talk to each other. Don't look at each other, okay? That's all I can tell you. But I won't have the volatility in my courtroom. This is when I say my courtroom, it's the people's courtroom. This is your courtroom. Everybody's entitled to have due process and a hearing, and whether it's a trial or you know, depending on a formal hearing, depending on what type of hearing it is, everyone has a right to be heard, but I'm not going to tolerate, you know, everybody has to deal with each other. If you live that close to each other, that's all I can tell you. Don't go near each other. Avoid each other like you have the plague or the other person has it.
I got a question. Now, when I walk my dog and he's following me, sneaking up, with his lights off, coming behind me. So what do I do? What am I gonna do about that?
Stay, no, calm down. Sir, you were in a courtroom. Listen to me. You guys calm down. Stay away from each other. You're going to end up with everybody charged. You're going to end up with things like this. The volatility, it's going to just escalate. Sit calm. Listen, I'm telling you all, stay away from each other. Don't look at each other. Don't follow each other. Don't talk to each other. Don't breathe near each other. Both sides. Got it? All right. Yes. We're all set. I'm going to ask the complainant witnesses to exit, and that way there are no...
It exposed how quickly neighborhood tensions can spiral and how emotional reactions can turn into criminal charges. The judge made it clear words may sting, but escalation only makes things worse. Legally, Harris walks away with a deferred sentence, a second chance contingent on discipline and compliance. No jail time today, but strict probation terms and a clear warning for the future, the broader takeaway. The justice system often tries to balance accountability with rehabilitation, especially when remorse is genuine and there's no significant criminal history. But restraint is the expectation, even in the face of disrespect. Now we want to hear from you. Did the judge get this right? Should verbal provocation ever factor more heavily into sentencing decisions? And if you were in Harris' shoes, if you found this case as thought-provoking as we did, make sure to hit that like button.
Issues in the courtroom.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you.